Nobody ever talks about doing outreach to YouTube channels. So today we're gonna see how an NA10 automation can do complete email outreach to the YouTube channels that you want. Maybe you want to do outreach for channels talking about politics, where we're gonna extract emails from those channels and we're gonna email them directly to offer whatever you actually want. So without further ado, let's see how this automation is completely built. Okay guys, so here we are actually in A10 ready to start this automation on how to do outreach to people on YouTube channels, how to get their emails and email them actually. So for that, let's just get inside our own workspace. Let's create a workflow, and from there on, before we start, I would like you to go to Apify, where we're gonna get actually the latest scraper that we are gonna use. So you have to create an account. We'll actually recommend you using the paid plan, because if not, some of these actors are not gonna work correctly, but well, you can read them for a while and it's gonna be perfect. So for that, you have to search here YouTube email scraper. There you go. And the one I'm using right now is gonna be actually this one that works really good. The other ones, I have tested a lot of them and they were giving me always the same responses and it was inconsistent. So actually I really like this one. As you can see, we can actually rent it, and if not, what we have is $9.90 per month plus usage. Exactly, so we're gonna click here on start, and as you can see, we can have a free trial of 15 minutes, and then the price is actually $9.90. So you just click here on rent actor. Once you're gonna do it, be careful, we're not gonna do it right now so that you can actually do it later and you can test it with those 5 minutes. So I'm gonna right now go with trigger manually. If not, you can later set a trigger for do it maybe once a day. But why am I using this one from Mapify? Because the previous one didn't get correctly, because this was done for a client of mine that wanted to send emails to YouTubers about tracks. And once we search YouTubers about tracks, it only was given us 3 of them, and there's not only 3 of them, there's hundreds of them. So that's why we had to change, and I found this one that actually works good. With this said, let's go first of all with an HTTP request, where we are gonna actually put the post method, and we're gonna say first of all, go back here. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is come here back to NA10, and we're gonna paste here the next URL. So be sure to copy this. It's gonna be exactly this one without this part, because we're gonna add it right now. Just copy that part, do an image, pass it to ChatGPT, or just copy word for word, because this is the API request that we're actually gonna use. On the other side, what we have to do for that is come here, go to save tasks, and here we have to create a new task. There you go. So once we create a new task, we're gonna have to copy this strange code with letters and numbers that we have here. There you go, and we're gonna copy it and paste it exactly there, as you can see. Fantastic. So that way we are gonna make it work. Okay, on the other side, we're also gonna add some query parameters, which first of all is gonna be token, and here you have to go and add here the API key from Apify that you should actually find around here. Let me check. So you have to go to get the API key here to settings, API integrations, and there you go, the API token, you copy it and paste it here. Then what you have to do is add another one, and let's put weight sex, and we're gonna put 60. And now we're gonna add the body, which is gonna be JSON, using actually JSON. And now we're gonna add the next part. There you go, which is basically this part of JSON. We have taken it from our actors, actually the task that we just created here, that was created, there you go, here, and we needed to do all the part of the JSON. So if you go to API endpoints, you will find here all the things that I've used. But well, if you want to just make it work, you can just go here and you can add the domain email where we have at gmail.com, at yahoo.com, at hotmail.com. And here the keyword is gonna be the keyword that we are actually gonna use to create and to search for different emails. So in this case, we were searching for tracks, but imagine that we want to check for actually YouTube channels that are going to use to create content about dental things, or we can use, let's say include dental. And with this set, we're gonna go to the next part. With this set, we can set here the max emails. Let's set to test it just for one, and we're gonna have to, in this case, include our API key right here. There you go. I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna paste it right here below token. Okay guys, so in case you don't want to complicate you a lot, you can directly add here the email and we could send completely the email without any hesitation. But we have to actually know that there's a possibility that the email is not verified. So if you, in case you want to verify it and make the system as best as possible, we should go to zero bounds. So zero bounds has a cool way of functioning, of working, where you have email validation per credits. So you can create a small account, a free account actually, and you can test it with around 3 or 4 verifications, not more, because that's what the free account allows you. So we're gonna do it just for the sake of this video. I'm gonna just sign up here with Google and see you inside. Oh, so as you can see here, we have here 5 credits. That is what we're gonna use. And right now we are gonna use the part of zero bounds of API. You will find here the API key, and we're gonna go into deleting this email and using another HTTP request, in this case, to get the information of the verification of the emails. So inside this HTTP request, what we're gonna do is use the get method, and I'm gonna paste this exact URL that we have here, where we're gonna have to replace here our API key, and the part of email we'll add it later once we test it for the first time with this HTTP part, which we're gonna do really shortly actually. So first of all, we have to put this part, and remember to replace your API key here with the one of zero bounds. So with this set, let's run the actor. Let's come back here to our tasks. Let's come here to our YouTube email scraper, and we're gonna basically click here on start. We're gonna run the actor for 15 minutes exactly. So let's just click here and let's run the actor. Fantastic. So let's click here to execute the workflow. We're gonna click. Oh, I have to add the API key. And now after including the API key, let's click on execute workflow. There you go. It's running, it's getting the emails from that have dental in their channel, the word dental, and now we're gonna see how once we get those emails, zero bounds is gonna actually check if they're valid or not. Let's wait a bit until it's executed. Okay, it just ran, but we had actually an error. We have to change here, and I'm gonna add right here, as you can see in email, the email, and as you can see, now it's gonna execute, and we can see that the email is valid. And that's what we actually have to do later. We have to set here an if to know if actually the status is valid. And if it is equal to valid, because it's true, what we are gonna do is set here a Gmail node, as you can see here, and we are gonna just here send a message. There you go. As you can see here, we have already our Gmail account, and we are gonna send a message to the address that is selected here, and let's say hello dental YouTuber, for example. And here we can set a message with text, for example, and say hey, and we can put here, for example, dental YouTuber again, show your latest video and was really interesting. I wanted to offer you something for your dental channel, for example. Let's say, would you be open for a quick chat? There you go. We set the question, and with this set, we can already send the Gmail, as easy as this, guys. And with this set, so we can test it again, but instead of using the word dental, we can change the word. I'm gonna change the word dental for actually to, for example, garden. And now we change the email to hello garden YouTuber, and everything here for the garden, and we can test it again. There you go. And there you go. Fantastic. Okay, So with this said, let's test it again. I'm gonna click on execute workflow. As you can see here, it's gonna process right now. It took a while, I'm not gonna lie. It took like around 2 minutes to find the emails. Usually when we are looking for more, we're just looking for one, but usually we are looking for maybe 10 or 20 of them. It's more optimized. Maybe it's gonna finish in 5 minutes instead of 2 for 1 as we said here. But let's just wait until it finds the email, and from there I'm gonna show you the last uh, result, the final result. And there you go, here we got it. It actually went through 0 bounds and it sent actually the email, as you can see here, sent, which is great, guys. We have now created a complete system that is gonna be able to do outreach to YouTube channels depending on what the YouTube channel is actually uploading content. Maybe you want to contact personal development creators, maybe you want to contact gardeners, maybe you want to contact, I don't know, people talking about politics. Whatever you want, you can do outreach to them with this method, using Abify to scrape the email of their YouTube channels, and that way doing it outreach directly with anything and sending here through Gmail a message. And then if you want to make it a schedule, we can just set here on a schedule, and you set it, for example, once a day or twice a day, and there you go. You can do it here, and you can also change later inside the first HTTP request the number of max emails, maybe to 10, and you can send 10 a day. And as easy as that, you can be sending 10 emails a day as outreach to YouTube creators. So that has been all for the video. I hope you've enjoyed and that you can start emailing these YouTube creators.